Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Python Freaks. This is the fourth video on my channel and this video is a continuation of the new video series which we started today called Python Automation Interview Series. Like we discussed in the previous video, that this video series will discuss the actual question which we asked in the Python Automation interview recently. So we'll continue doing the same in this video as well. So without any further delay, let's start the video. So let's start with our first question. What's the difference between break, continue and pass in Python? So the break statement is used to terminate the loop or statement in which it is present, whereas continue statement is just the opposite of it. Instead of terminating the loop, it forces to execute the next iteration of the loop. Whereas pass statement in Python is used when a statement is required syntactically, but you don't want any command or code to execute. It's like a null operation. Let's try to understand same thing with one small example. Say, I want to print a number between 1 to 10. So, this is what I will do. So, as you can see, it has printed the number till 1 to 10. Say, if I want to break this loop when the number reaches 5 or when the value of I reaches 5. So, this is what I have to do. So, as you can see, as soon as the value of I reaches 5, it breaks the loop. Now, replace the same value for continue. So in this case, it was just the opposite. It didn't break the loop. It just skipped to the next iteration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and as soon as it reaches 5, it just skipped that loop and then went to the next iteration. So this is the major difference between break and continue. Now let's try to understand what is pass. Say I have implemented some function, but exactly I don't know what exactly it will do. That we will decide later. So in that case, what we will do, we will just declare that function1, okay, and we will just give a value pass. That's it, okay, and we will just call that function. So as you can see, nothing happened. So this is what we mean by break, continue, and pass. Let's start with the next question. What is the difference between args and kargs? So both are the argument list that we pass to a function. The only difference is in args we pass non-keyworded arguments and in kargs we pass keyworded arguments. That is arguments in the format of key and value pairs. Now let's try to understand the same thing with one small example. Let's say we want to find the sum of a number of a list of number, but we don't know the number of arguments which it will accept. So in this case we will use args, that is single asterisk and args. Now let's try to call this function. In first case, let's pass three variables or three arguments. So, Sorry for the typo. So as you can see, it has printed the sum 1, 2 and 3. Now let's try to do the same thing but a different range of variables. Say add one more variable as 4 and this is the second list. So you can see, irrespective of the number of variables we pass, it is performing the sum. So this is what we understand with the terms args. Now let's move to our next question. What is split and join? So split, as the name suggests, is used to split a string based on the given delimiter, whereas join is used to join the string based on the given delimiter. Now let's try to understand the same thing with one small example. Let's take a string message and declare some string, say as hi, how are you? Okay, and then take another string in which we will split this thing. Okay, and message dot sp split, and we will split it based on space. Now let's try to print the message. So as you can see, it has splitted all the strings in 4 items. Hi, how are you? Now let's try to join this string. So since we have got this message in which all the strings are there, okay, now let's try to join it. Message updated is, say, let's take the delimiter as space or say underscore dot join, and the list which we want to join, say small message is what we want to join. Now let's try to print the updated message. Sorry. So as you can see, it has joined the string based on the underscore. So this is what we mean from split and join. Let's move to our next question, split and join. So what does split and joins mean in Python? So basically split is used to split the string based on the given delimiter, and join is just the opposite of it. It is used to join the string based on the given parameter or delimiter which we are passing. Let's try to understand the same thing with one small example. Let's say we will take a greetings, or let's take it a message. Message, say hi, how are you? Let's split this wherever space comes. Let's store it in one another variable, message dot split. Let's take the delimiter as space. So wherever space is there, just split that screen. So now let's try to print the message. Let's run it. Sorry. So as you can see, it has splitted all the strings in 4. Hi, how are you? Now just do the opposite of it. Let's join the string. So let's take another variable, message updated, where we will join the string. So like you can see, we have a list which has these 4 things. Hi, how are you? Let's join this. So let's take this, let's join it with, like, say with underscore. So we'll join it with underscore. Okay, dot join, and the argument which it will take is message. Now let's print it. Print updated message. Message is So as you can see, it has joined the string based on the underscore. So this is what we mean with split and join. Now let's move to our next question. What is type conversion in Python? So type conversion in Python is nothing but changing the value of one data type to another data type. It can be from int to string or string to int. Now let's try to understand the same thing with one small example. Say value 1 is equal to 67. So this is int. Let's see what's the type of it. Let's print it. So you can see the type is int. Now let's convert this thing into string. Say value 1 is equal to str of value 1. So we are explicitly converting a value from int to str. Now let's try to print it. Print type after conversion. Say so as you can see, previously it was int, now it got converted to str. So this is how we can explicitly convert a particular data type to another data type, and this is what we call as a type conversion. So let's move to our next question. What is context manager? So context manager is one of the features which is provided in Python, which is very much helpful in case of file handling and database connection. So what used to happen previously, when we used to create a database connection or used to open a file, we need to explicitly open it and close it. If we are not doing it, it will keep on eating the computer resource, say memory or RAM. To avoid this, we used to explicitly close it. But with context manager, we don't need to do that. We just need to use the word keyword with, and it will automatically close once the operation is over. Now let's move to our next question. How can you pick a random item from a range? So Python provides us with a library called random. We just need to specify the range and it will give a particular number randomly within that range. So let's try to implement that. Import the library which is there is random. Now let's take a variable k and assign that random variable. Random dot rand int, and let's take the range, say 10 to 20, and let's print k. So you can see it has printed a number 10. Again if we run, it's printing 15. Again if we run, it's printing 12. So randomly it's generating. Now let's increase the range, say from 100 to 200. So as in when we keep on increasing the range, it will give a particular random number from within that range. You can even try say 10,000 to 20,000. Try. So this is how it works. Now let's move to our next question. Python modules. So Python modules is nothing but it's a way of combining and organizing our code and function which we are using frequently in our code. Let's take an example of this. Import random. So in this case, random is a module, and wherever we want to generate this random integer, we will call these functions and use it. So in this case, random is a module and it can be used wherever we want. We just need to combine that code and call it via import functions. So this is what this Python module is. Now let's move to our next question. What is negative indexes in Python and why are they used? So negative index in Python is a way of giving the last value of a list or a string. Let's take an example of it. List 1, say it has some values, say list 1, it has some value, say 1, 2. Now we want to print the last value of it. So what we will do, print list1, and we will give the value as -1. It will print the value as 5 because 5 is the last element. Similarly, we can use it for string also. Say string 1, sorry, say I uh, now let's print the last string of it, last character of it. Print str1 of -1. So as you can see, it has printed the last character of this string. So this is how we do it. So with this 8 question, we have come to an end of the part 2 of the interview series Python with Automation. Do let me know how the overall content was, and we'll be uploading the part 3 of the same video series soon. Thanks a lot for watching this video till the very end.